Hello, everyone. I want to have a little conversation about something extremely important, something that many of you may understand already, and others still struggle with because we're human. Many of us have lost people, sometimes young people. Sometimes we've witnessed things where people have been very badly injured and they've lived, but not the same. Some of us have taught children who are disabled in different ways and been exposed to many different people's struggles and trying to understand it the best that we can, not having to live it. Many of us have faced the possibility of having someone permanently disabled that we would have to take care of the rest of their lives if it had turned out that way. We have faced things. We face people losing to drug addiction, losing to alcoholism, losing to depression, losing to many things. Losing to a disease, or what we call a disease. And many more are facing that today. We're going through something historic. So what I'm going to share with you is extremely important for you to understand. When something bad happens, many want to blame whomever it is that they consider their God, their creator, the source. How could this happen? How could this happen to such, good people? Or there are things that do happen that are accidents. True accidents. Like, no matter what precautions were taken, procedures were followed, everything was done by the book, even though the situation might be what you consider a little dangerous, risky, whatever, or not. But everything was done like it was done before, and just out of nowhere, things can happen. Those are kind of like freak things of nature, or just a freak accident. Those things do happen. But outside of that, and even then, you could even a lot of time hold a little bit of responsibility in some human aspect. But there are those cases where not. Natural disasters. Because we do have to live here on Earth. But there are times when it just seems so unfair. other times. No, we automatically want to blame or, say that if there was a God, he wouldn't allow this to happen. And I've had to face these times. And what I've come to is, and I'm going to explain this without reciting any sort of biblical text or whatever. This is common sense. If you wanted people to truly follow you, you would want them to follow you willingly. You would want them to be true. You would want them to be faithful. You would want them to be real. You would want them to be trustworthy. You would want them to be of good character. You would want them to voluntarily choose because they believe in you and what you're teaching to follow you. Not involuntarily, not forced, not mandated. Understand, not mandated. He gave us free will. We have the choice. That is our freedom. That might be our only freedom left if we keep going in this direction because of our lousy choices, because of our free will. We have brought this upon ourselves. I have not realized until just recently, because I'm constantly growing and changing and adding information, how much we have brought upon ourselves as a race, as the human race. So when you look up and you cry out and blame, that's not where your crying needs to be focused. The majority of the time, except for those freak accidents, maybe. It's usually human caused. Well, what about what's gone on and, people get sick and everything? Check out germ theory. Check out some of the other theories way back then. They chose germ theory. Check it all out for yourselves. Everything is to be questioned. Question authority. It's a bit unnerving to realize quite how big this is. But understand, we have had free will. And some of our ancestors and current people today have chosen poorly, and it is affecting all of us in more ways than you could ever imagine. So understand, you have choices to make, and your choices will affect you, but it will also affect others. You have been given a gift, and it can also be a curse. It's the double-edged sword. Choose wisely. Bye for now.